Well then, let's have a gander. One more bloody time. There's red over here with the red tent, red traveler's tent, which unlocks the red barrier, which is completely and utterly superfluous, because I can just teleport over it. All I have to do is conquer the castle of Kronos. Although it has lots of titans and hordes of other sorts of furious beasties, not to mention a throng of halflings. Now, how much are those? A horde, from what I recall, is gonna be 50 to 99, so a throng is 100 to 249? Alright, so I have a throng of halflings, technically. Not even close as far as other creatures are concerned, not to mention lots of titans. How much is that? How many titans is that? Lots. Ugh, should have this memorized. Several. Pack. Several packs. So few is gonna be 1 to 4. Several is gonna be 5 to 9? Making pack 10 to 19? Few silver pack lots. So that's gonna be 20 to 49, right? 20 to 49. That's why you usually see lots of things. It's that sweet spot of 20 to 49. Well, if that is indeed the case, then there is still more work to be done. Isn't there? Yes, there is. Because here's Mirini with a whopping 14 titans. How am I doing on titan production? Not particularly well. I have 6 of those right here, and I can't even recruit them all because I do not have the resources. Fancy that. Zmyra over here, I guess she could in principle prance around and do what exactly? Recruit the nomads? I could try to go for genies. Could cut the number of enemy titans in half. Possibly, although I shouldn't rely on that being the case, on that happening. I can of course recruit more earth elementals, though I'm left with only 4, and at this juncture I don't think getting more of them is gonna be a viable strategy. I would have to wait and wait for them to eventually amount to anything. Hold on, there's Wilfrey over here. Presumably he is supposed to deliver reinforcements to Joe. Are we getting hordes of halflings? Because that's certainly an option. Not necessarily a good option, but an option. I have to figure out what sort of composition I want to ultimately go with. I could hypothetically strive to include the living dead, but that tends to end poorly. There are 2 sorceresses castles over here, so I could hypothetically insist on including phoenixes in the equation. I do have 2 towers. The 2 towers, indeed. Wouldn't be half bad of an idea. 2 tier 6 units. Have I been collecting them so far or have I not? I have not! Which seems to suggest to me that that's something I should start doing. Right here, right now. Let's take, I don't know, Mandigal, the wizard, so he can give us a couple more halflings. And start collecting phoenixes. Except of course for the fact that I can't really afford them. I require additional resources. Right, let me wrap my head around this thing and the composition I ultimately want to go with. First of all, presumably, Titans. Second unit are gonna be the Archmagi. Presumably in third and fourth, therefore, Phoenixes alongside more unicorns. And then what? Clumps of halflings to round things off? To have a tier 1 unit to go with that? That's silly. What else could I hypothetically take? I guess I could roll with, say, Greater Druids? Ultimately, therefore, taking on board more units from the Sorceress's castle and units from the Wizard's castle. Not that there's anything wrong with that necessarily. Let's visit all of these spots and collect all the resources I come across. After all, if what I'm going after at this point is resource collection and army acquisition, I might as well take my sweet time doing precisely that. And I could hypothetically put Wilfrey on board. He doesn't have any particularly impressive artifacts to take care of. Also, as far as Joseph is concerned, he might as well... Joseph and Myra, intriguing. As far as he is concerned, he might as well visit any structure he has not yet visited. Not that there are going to be many of those. So he has visited the gazebo over here, big whoop. Has he visited that one? No. Well, he is going to visit it. It's free experience. It's right there. And I'm not doing anything else that's particularly useful. So might as well roll with that. Look at Red over there. Hopefully Red will not turn out to be any sort of a threat. Since I can't really afford to fight Red, I don't look forward to doing that. Let's get him on board. Sail the seas. You are visiting this, and you are doing what exactly? Coming back, possibly? Well, maybe I should send her around. Flag all the mines. At the very least, get more resources that I can trade for gold further down the line. Alright then, phoenixes are what I'm after, as well as unicorns. And greater druids. It's neat. How about this castle? 0 phoenixes, 0 greater druids, 0 unicorns. All, in other words, all of them. Can't upgrade this. This has been upgraded. Can't afford more titans. How unfortunate. There's Red prancing about. I don't care. You're heading back, not doing anything useful. You are sailing the seas. Presumably there's nothing there for you to see at sea. Mysticism or... Scouting, mysticism. Let's roll with that. Why not? Could recruit trolls, but I shall not. I shan't. Fine, head on over here, pick up these units. Anything else? Nope. It's day 7, though. So I shall receive a batch of reinforcements very, very soon. Can you recruit from the Kingdom overview screen? You presumably cannot, but I might as well try. You can! That's mighty convenient. Okay, so you can't recruit from the whale screen, but you can recruit from the Kingdom overview screen. Yes, I believe I have made that startling discovery a while back. And in the meantime have just managed to forget. And then rediscover it. It's so easy to learn something new every day, if you keep on forgetting the next day. Great, she's learned Earthquake. Read the sign. You head on over here. You're not gonna be able to do much of you. I guess I could upgrade the single mage. Should I absolutely, desperately desire to. Whatever. Let's head through the lifts. Can we actually go back? I don't think we can, but we shall see. Head back to the other castle. End the week. By which I do not mean kill them. The Emerald Isle. Well, I'll be damned. And you're back. Has the curse been lifted? And as such, the lifts suddenly lead back? I don't know. Do you have to conquer? Do you have to take over all the castles and then a trigger files off and you can head back? I don't know. I just don't know. This is day 1, though. Let's go to the Kingdom overview screen, and from within it, just recruit what I want to recruit. So, the Phoenix and I'm out of gold, whatever. Whatever indeed. What shall this guy do? Shall he stay here? Or shall he actually head on out there and try to flag what he can flag? to get additional resources every turn. Also possibly to pick up resources that are out there on the map, scattered about. 100 more units of gold may not sound like much, but it's better than nothing. Additional halflings? I don't think so. It's a cute idea, but no. You head on south. Oh look, mermaids. Adorable. Back to the kingdom overview screen. Recruited. Recruited. Almost makes me wish I could script these things. Nope, that's it. 700 units of gold. Passing the turn. Like this. Visit the windmill. Wait for the jaunty tune to go away. Keep sailing absolutely pointlessly. Kingdom overview screen, what have I not recruited yet? Ah yes, this guy. And these guys. And a turn. Oh boy. Two more titans. There we go. That's all the titans. Is that enough titans? No! Well then. I guess that means we will have to wait a bit longer before we can actually venture out and do what needs to be done. Doesn't it? 13 titans over here. Now he needs to receive a batch of reinforcements from the Isle. Go away, jaunty tune. I guess I'll take care of that soon enough. Need to get me ready on a boat, send us south, and rendezvous with Joe. I believe that's a reef, so we are not going to be able to go through there. Any ships over here that you can actually use? No. Fine. Let's get a shipyard then. Get a new one. We have the lumber. And we have the technology. But she doesn't have the movement points, which is of course understandable. I can understand it. Can't sail through here. Impossible. Okay, we're not getting across. That ship is on the wrong side. Never mind then, never mind then. I know what we shall do. We shall come back using these lifts. That's what they're for. It's basically the only purpose they serve. Because yes, I guess you could hypothetically return the long way around using... Is that the long way around using the ship? I don't know anymore. I don't actually care. All I need to do at this juncture is just wait a while. Recruit all I can recruit. Get to my destination and conquer. That's it. The only reason I'm not doing it yet is because I don't have a big enough army. That's it. Wilfrey over here, he's completely stuck, whatever. Let's disembark. You go ahead and visit the water wheel, I guess. How's Mirini doing? There she is. Pass the units onto Joseph. Also pass the artifacts onto Joseph. He's not even gonna use the stupid golems, but whatever. This ammo card could be useful to him, I guess. Let's see, what does he need? The Ring of Power. The Axe and the Flail. This to make him immune to blind spells. This to give him power and knowledge. This increases defense. This is an economic artifact. She'll keep that. This gives steel skin, not worth it. Do I want to give him more luck? I don't know. He doesn't actually desperately need mobility. Restoring hit points per turn is also irrelevant. There's just going to be a single fight. There's no need for that. This gives mass slow. Fine, he can hang on to that. So he's got 8 points of attack, 3 of defense, 9 points of spell power, and 11 points of knowledge. 111 spell points at a maximum. I could also give him hundreds and hundreds of halflings, but I guess I'm going to be more comfortable giving him an army comprised of many greater druids instead. Yeah, let's roll with that, why not? It's not it yet. It's not enough, there's 27 of them. How many do I want? 50? How many do I have over here then? There's 6 of them there. 3 in this castle, so that's 9 more, bringing the total up to 36. High flame. Yep, it is absolutely the mop-up phase. So yeah, I presumably should just wait a couple of turns, ignore what red is doing, and just mop up. We're not gonna crack the atom, and the only reason I am still passing the turns instead of just going for the castle is, well, because I guess I'm too lazy to go east, conquer another faction. And then risk it when teleporting. I guess I just want a bigger army. I could hypothetically just inch things out based on the spells, but I want to play it safe. I usually want to play things safe. And that usually ends up leading to a tremendous amount of time wasted. Do I? Well, let me show you in a moment. As soon as I am done recruiting all of this junk. I'm so paranoid. Alright, here's the deal. This castle has lots of titans, and from what I recall, lots is gonna be between 20 and 49. So the moment I have 50 titans is the moment I have more titans than this castle is titans. Now granted, the hero over there might not be incredibly immensely powerful, but then again, I just don't want to risk it. Presumably there are going to be spells involved, presumably I shouldn't take unnecessary risks. I don't know. At this point, I'm even contemplating adding halflings. The goal is to take that city. That's it. There's nothing more that I need to do. That's literally it. A single city, a single siege, and I shall be done. I guess at this point, I can start carting the units all the way back to my hero, and that's about it. You know, the more I look at it, the more I realize that getting phoenixes... Adding phoenixes to my army is going to throw things out of whack significantly. After all, that means that I'll have 2 units of tier 6. So I absolutely do not need to have that many titans. I'm gonna have 15 phoenixes to compensate for that. So at this point, once I recruit that and head back through the lifts, I'm going. Just going for it. No more waiting is necessary. Phoenixes to block the enemy titans, precisely. The swift little buggers. One could argue that they are the fastest unit in the game, because they're ultra fast and they're flying. So yeah, in a variety of ways you could say that they're the fastest unit in the game. And of course that's gonna mean a couple of things all at once. On one hand, it's gonna mean that they act first pretty much no matter what, unless the enemy also has phoenixes, but on the other hand, also, they have a lot of range. They can go across the map, they can land anywhere, well, at least anywhere they can land, which sounds tautological. Alright, fine. No more phoenixes over here, some greater druids, and Malo ponies. 27 phoenixes, that ought to be enough. 45 druids, that's a lot of druids. Stay away from that Stonehenge. And we're back. Alright. Let's take Joseph over here, who has replenished his hit points many times over by now. Send him here. Mystery of the Druid's Dog. I guess it's one of those games I have heard of, but I absolutely do not look forward to playing. I guess even I have my standards. As I've previously mentioned, I'm a very tolerant man. Perhaps my taste is not particularly refined. Perhaps that's the problem. Perhaps I'm willing to let a lot of things slide, but no, I do not look forward to playing that. Ugh. Not gonna subject myself to such an experience. Alright. Oh look, Red is teleporting. How quaint. Well, thankfully, Red is not gonna teleport all the way to me. Alright. A meme game, yep. But then again, I don't necessarily even like the implication that a meme has to be bad. People seem to... I guess this speaks volumes that we automatically can make this sort of assumption that if something is just meant to be funny, then it's presumably low quality and made by amateurs. But there's so much potential out there. And I hate seeing that as an excuse as well. Like, oh, it's not supposed to be good quality, that's the fun part about it. Oh, it's just supposed to be funny. You can have things be funny and be good quality. But I guess in this particular case, it did become a meme because of its poor quality. So there's that. Alright, moment of truth. We're teleporting over here onto the mysterious and terrible desert. And then we're trudging through the desert patiently. It's even better if it's bad quality and made by pros. Well, then it's just a train wreck. Alright. Let's do this. Dimension door, everybody do the dinosaur. And we are attacking the castle of Kronos. 35 titans. Oh, I do actually have over 50 titans. I've actually missed that. 60, I have more of them. I'm sorry, I was deeply convinced, for no good reason whatsoever, that there was a hero defending there. But in hindsight, obviously there wasn't. I know how this game is supposed to be played, I've played it for quite a while. So yes, if there's a hero defending a castle, you see the hero outside the castle. So there was obviously no one there. Oh my god. Yeah, I know. 0 points of attack and 0 points of defense versus 8 and 3. Ugh, what am I even... What was I doing? What was I thinking? Yeesh. Right, I don't know. Berserker and the Archmagi. Go nuts. I can lose as many units as I want here and it really doesn't matter, but hey. Am I supposed to minimize losses? No, it doesn't make sense. Let's just get through this, which I obviously will. There go the rocks. You know what they say about people in glass houses. And there go the precious phoenixes. Rise! Will they be blinded? Can they be blinded? They have not been blinded. The Phoenix is counter. No! Damn it! Pole positioning! Rise! Let's take care of the Archmagi. Let's take care of everything. A little bit at a time. Fine. They've been dispelled by my Archmagi. Excellent. Rise! It's thematically appropriate. Damn it, Phoenixes! Rise! They've been dispelled again! Amazing. Ha ha ha! High morale and my Magi! Zap! Damn it, Phoenixes! Rise! I know that's largely pointless, but it's also mildly amusing, and that's what I'm going for. It's basically all I can go for at this stage. After I've thoroughly humiliated... What?! Wait, how did that happen? How did I get a second stack of Phoenixes? Did they die in a different place or something? Wait, what? It's like I've blacked out for a second. What happened? I mean, it doesn't matter in the end, but how did I get a second stack? In principle, sure, if they die in two separate places, that's gonna happen. But how were they on the left? What? I am so severely confused. This is the same stacked mirror. Oh. I mean, bless this game and its little Phoenix heart. Oh. It's better than playing the remake. The remake is too good for its own sake. All of these glitches, all of this AI idiocy is what makes beating these missions possible. Which is unfortunate, but it's the way things are. Both stacks attacked at the same time. I should never underestimate my ability to discover absolutely bizarre glitches in games, both old and new. Mostly old. You know, so when you've mentioned that back in the day, all sorts of things were acceptable, you absolutely did have a point. They were. I mean, this sort of nonsense would not slide these days, would it? People would point at it and laugh. It's just unacceptable to have such a degree of sloppiness implemented, and yet we've just witnessed it. Sure, a minor visual glitch, it doesn't really mean much of anything, but these days, you know what, you have a point. I haven't played too many modern titles, and I think, oh boy, yeah, that's an own goal, isn't it? Because there are quite a few complaints about pretty modern titles like Cyberpunk and such, addressing quite egregious glitches, aren't there? Fair enough, I concede. Anyway, I've captured Kronos and I am victorious. Let's see the outro.
With the library now yours to study, the location of the Fount of Wizardry has been revealed to you. Unfortunately, it has already been claimed by one of your rivals. Without the knowledge in the library of Kronos, it may be some time before they can control its power. Once they do, they will be unstoppable. However, the existence of an artifact of great potency has also been revealed by the library. This artifact has the power to completely nullify all magic in its presence. A most effective weapon against a rival Archmage.
I'm getting original wall vibes off of this. Modders will fix it. Well, you know, on one hand, I understand, say, when it's a matter of management and deadlines, but on the other hand, there's gotta be a degree of professionalism and craftsmanship involved in software development. So no, certain things I'm not gonna let slide. Anyway, as far as the plot is concerned, I guess we are going to make a tiny bit of a detour, and we are going to acquire an artifact of great power that can nullify the magic of the very thing that we are trying to acquire, which provides us with a lot of magic. And essentially, so far, we found the manual, and they found the thing, which is brilliant. So they have it, but they can't use it, and we can use it, but we don't have it. And we're gonna essentially scour the island for the off switch.